rock band. So,
Why
there
is
you have it.
it's always such a monumental thing, that has to...
Yeah, it's got to be some major catastrophe before they figure out they want to live.
You guys know those guys?
Axel came down to say he was not worthy, in front of us at the Wilshire Theater in L.A. about 3 or 4 years ago.
That was 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We found him to be a nice guy.
He was quite nice. He said that when he was a teenager, he used to come see us play.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like he respected his elders.
Right, yeah, that's cool.
He probably feels worthy today, though.
He does a lot of that, though.
Quite worthy today, yes.
Axel's all right, though. He does a lot of that. He'll go to other guys who he respects and stuff and compliment them and all that.
I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson is interviewed in Sports Illustrated this month, and he says that his T cells are up.
All right. What's that mean?
Well, the T cells are the things that the HIV virus battle with.
I thought T cells were stocks.
No.
Oh, all right.
You were going to go get some, huh?
Nice, boy, that guy's wealthy.
No, so he says he's even got more T cells now than when they diagnosed him. So this year off from the NBA has been very good for him.
See, I got confused. That's T-bills. I was.
Yes, right.
Right.
Anyway, the T cells help you fight off colds, flu, different things you come down with. And what the AIDS virus does is it beats up your T cells, and that's how you get all those other diseases.
Yeah.
As long as your T cell count is good, you're beating the disease, according to Magic.
All right, Magic. Way to go with that medical information.
The Lakers, however, would love to have him back. Their attendance has been suffering, as well as their winning percentage, since Johnson left the hard court. So he's still up to making that decision as to whether to return to the NBA, but he admits that he feels a lot better having a year off from the NBA than he did before.
I don't know. That sounds. If I was him, I'd try to hang on as long as I could, waiting for a cure.
That would be my goal.
Yep. And I tell you, playing basketball can't necessarily. I doubt it could help you in your fight against AIDS. That's got to wear you down.
Yeah, I know it looks like he loves to play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about that, though. Do you do what you love so that whatever life you have has been a good one?
You know what, Robin?
Or do you hold on to life at all costs, not enjoying yourself, hoping for a cure?
You know what Robin reported the other day? He still bangs his wife. What do you think of that? Now, that's insanity. If I had a kid and a wife and I had AIDS, I would not bang her. Would you guys bang your wife and kids? I mean, would you bang your wife, not your kids?
Yeah, don't bang your kids, please.
Yeah, that's wrong. You also end up on Oprah.
That's hard to answer that, and not being in Magic's shoes, it's hard to answer.
Buck, what a diplomat.
Man, why don't you just answer the question and admit that you would not bang your
wife? Yeah, because if we weren't on the air, you'd have an answer.
Right. In 2 seconds, you'd have an answer.
Turn off the transmitter.
Go ahead, my cousin, Eric.
You got to rap that rascal.
Well, he does rap the rascal, but I assume...
Yes, he said he has safe sex.
Yeah, but rubber doesn't always
work. They break.
Although I've never broken one. I'm very small, though.
I was gonna say.
I would just love to break one.
Doesn't sound like there's a lot of activity going on either.
Although I had an accident once where it fell off. I don't understand why they make them so big.
Oh, dear.
I mean, they're way oversized. But I'll tell you the truth. That a guy who bangs his wife who's got AIDS, and, listen, his wife...
HIV positive.
Boy, I know my wife would throw me right out the door. I'd be sleeping in the laundry room.
Meanwhile,
am I right, Buck? Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Buck, you seem to be having a problem with this, but you know what I'm talking about. You got to protect the...
Yeah.
Right.
They don't let, business executives fly in the same planes anymore for the same reason. Someone's got to carry on.
Buck's a little wasted, I think.
I don't know where. He must be from Mars.
Yeah.
Freddie understands what he's saying.
I wonder if him and Fred can play the same thing. You've been watching too many Godzilla movies. Mothra.
Too much knots landing.
Goldfingers has contacted the Time Warner cable system to alert them that they would like to buy ad time on male-targeted channels such as the Madison Square Garden Network, ESPN, and Sports Channel.
Yes. And what did they say?
Well, Time Warner said, go ahead, ask if some people will sell you some time. So they're going to start trying to buy time, which is unusual. Nobody's ever actually advertised strip clubs live on television before.
You can advertise it. The reason that channels don't like to take that kind of advertising is once you do that, like we don't advertise strip clubs.
Right. What I'm saying is it's not against the law. It's just that the broadcast facility doesn't accept the advertiser.
The reason you do that is it creates an uncomfortable environment for some of your blue chip sponsors, like Snapple. Or, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to advertise necessarily.
Right, at the same time or in the same place with. Well, quite frankly, Goldfingers doesn't even like to be called a strip club. It prefers the Disneyland for men.
Well, okay, sure.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah, the Disneyland
That's
for
right,
men.
yeah. Now I know what all those sports figures are talking about. But anyway, Stringfellows also says that it's going to try to approach some stations, some cable stations, outlets about advertising. So,
well, I know it would be very difficult for us to take their advertising because we're trying to sell label makers. So we would have a problem with it. Everybody understands that.
Don't touch this.
Absolutely. A little earlier, I told you about Michael Jackson demanding that MTV refer to him as the king of pop every time they announce one of his videos or say anything about him on the station.
Yes.
And that he's very upset that people continue to call Elvis the king.
Michael Jackson's upset?
Yeah.
He really is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, Elvis continues to perform well, though. He now is credited with having 110 gold or platinum records, more than twice the number of his closest rival, the Beatles. So there, he is the king.
Elvis is the king, and but Michael Jackson's the Sultan of surgery.
The Sultan of surgery.
That's right.
Oh, dear.
How about the Raja of race change? He's white now, you know. He's whiter than Eric Bloom of Blue Oyster Cult.
Let me see what else is going on here. Eddie Munster is suing a Dallas radio station, KDGE, for parodying him in its T-shirt commercials.
I understand Goober is suing as well.
They used Butch Patrick's name without permission and said he did not have much of a career or a life after playing Eddie Munster in the Munsters. Butch is seeking... Butch is seeking $50,000 in damages. The station president says, I can't believe Eddie Munster is suing us.
It's hard to believe that Eddie Munster would sue. Isn't it?
I know it is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile...
First of all, there's a guy who should be grateful somebody mentions him.
No, he got very upset because they didn't say they said he had no career and not much of a life.
I see.
That was wrong.
Well, that's true. That is wrong.
Comedian Cheech Marin is joining Golden Palace.
It's a Chinese restaurant.
No, it isn't. That's CBS's spin-off of The Golden Girls that debuts this fall.
Cheech from Cheech and Chong?
Yes.
Is going to be in Golden Palace.
Right. He will play Chu, a recently divorced chef who works in the restaurant of the Golden Palace, the Miami Beach hotel operated by Golden Girls Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty.
Cheech will play Chu?
Yes.
Sounds like a headline to me.
I see.
It's amazing how careers go. A plastic surgeon has contacted Mary Jo Buttafuoco and says he would like to examine her because he thinks he might be able to help her with her facial paralysis. What's so funny about that, Jack?
Hey, Fred, maybe they can help you.
Why would they want to do that?
Isn't your face paralyzed? It's the same expression every morning. It is? Sort of blank.
How can you tell?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you in front of Buck Dharma.
No, not much.
All right.
Every shot you get.
No, she had a terrible disfigurement from this shooting of the head.
Yeah. And this doctor says he's worked with people who've had those kinds of injuries before. He'd like to examine her with the hope that he could do something for her. She was quoted as saying, I feel like a newborn baby. I'm glad there's hope when I thought there was no hope.
I know a woman had terrible injuries and went to a doctor, but the doctor just cut her head off at the neck. That's it. It was terrible. But now they got guys who can do a lot of other stuff. See.
And you guys are musicians. Do you know John Cage?
Just by reputation. The minimalist.
The composer, yeah.
Yes.
You guys into him?
Not really.
I like that he stuck stuff in the piano. I thought that was cool.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he did all kinds of weird things.
Put things on the strings and make them sound weird.
He was, I guess, a classical composer, but he started the avant-garde movement, I suppose, in music, and he was known for doing things like that. He worked with silence. You know, he had one concert where the musicians just sat on the stage with their instruments.
Oh, that's great.
And all the sounds were of the audience, and you know, sounds filtering into the theater from outside.
Oh, yeah, that's always good.
Then there was 4 minutes, 33 seconds, a 1952 piece that consisted of, that's the musicians sitting silent.
Oh, that is so wrong. You know, can you imagine paying money to go see a concert and they're sitting there, you know, and that's really, you know, oh, guess what I did? I sat there quiet. It's just, that's like a Yoko thing where she shows it, she says, this is a museum of artwork that you imagine. Oh, come over here, you. Come here. Come here. I paid good money to see something. I brought my kids into the city. You're going to show me imaginary artwork?
Sonatas and interludes for prepared
Did he die,
piano.
this guy?
Yes.
He did? I got a good idea. Pretend to bury him, but leave him on the ground. Don't really put him in a box.
Sonatas and interludes for prepared piano is the piece you're talking about, in which screws, bolts, and other objects inserted between the strings of the piano turned it into a percussion ensemble.
Right. You know, presently I'm working on farts. I'm actually going to fart my next concert. I'm working with farts.
In 1951, he composed...
There you go. How's that?
He composed a piece using 12 radios.
By the way, that has words to it. Oh, I think I gotta go to the bathroom. There it is, all right.
And in 1962, he performed Oh, in which he sliced vegetables,
Yeah.
put them in a blender, and then drank the juice.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's fascinating.
I hate that. I really hate it. That's such a pompous thing to do. That's wrong, right, guys?
Oh, he did it first.
He did nothing first.
I just hate that. It's an attitude.
Oh, dear. Well, he was 79 years old, and all year long they've been having a celebration leading up to his 80th birthday, and he didn't make it.
Listening to no music.
His birthday's September 5th, and he won't be at the 80th birthday celebration. That's what's happening.
I want to thank my cousin, Eric Bloom, and, of course, Buck Dharma.
Your adopted cousin, Buck Dharma.
My adopted cousin, both the Blue Oyster Cult.
Okay.
The great band, the legendary Blue Oyster
You can
Cult.
adopt the whole band if you like.
And the band will be coming out with a new record. They're working on some new songs, but
That's right.
Everybody knows all their songs. And
And
also
what's
they're
that movie soundtrack?
Bad Channels.
Bad Channels.
Bad Channels. The movie is, you can rent it if you so choose to see Martha Quinn in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's
you
a
can also,
nifty CD of the score.
That's right. There's a CD
Well, the
out
score is good.
there. The soundtrack of Bad Channels by Blue Oyster Cult.
There you go. And also you can go see Jackie the Joke Man Martling tonight. One very wild show at Savannah's, formerly the Upper Deck in Lake Apopka, New Jersey. So go over tonight and see Jackie. He's a load of laughs. Go try and stump the Joke Man. And for dirty jokes, and to order a cassette copy of his hit song, Flies, and the Pot Song. Call the all-digital 516-9221.
I want my copy.
You bet. 1 week. And Jackie also did the soundtrack to some movie. I don't know what it was. Rider PI, right. Pig Vomit will be playing tonight at Central Park North on Central Avenue in White Plains, and tomorrow night at Marty Doyle's on Palmer Avenue in Larchmont. Oh, Scott the Engineer. If you're planning a wedding, Rocket Entertainment and Bay Hill Wedding Plaza now offer a complete line of wedding services. Call Rocket Entertainment for all the details at 718-5040. That's a good deal with Scott the Engineer. And I guess that's it. We're going to leave now. What do we got to do, commercials?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's good to see my cousin.
Good to see you, Howard.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Glad to be here.
I'll see you in another 7.5 years.
Most likely. about the time the Mets win their next
There you go. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Another Howard Stern show for you and the cast of thousands. Join him again tomorrow morning. This is Shauna. It's 3 minutes after 11 o'clock. We'll take your faxes for workforce blocks and for lunch from El Pollo Loco Chicken. You can fax in right now at 213-383-KLSX. You can phone in toll-free at 1...